Tiger Nation, good evening. Good evening. And what a good evening it is indeed. Nothing big happened today, huh? Nothing big. Just a regular run of the mill Monday here in the boot, right? A little quiet on the home front. No, it was not. Waves were made. It's been a great weekend all around. But today, you saw a tsunami crash onto the shores of the college football world and flood cities from coast to coast. But it wasn't a blue wave, it was a sea of purple and gold washing over the nation as the Portal King himself rode in on the top of that wave. Lane Kiffin took his crown. Today was his coronation. And look, a lot of it was built up based off of his own mistakes, right? But you talk about the ability and the work ethic to get back, to bounce back in the way that he did. Oh, man. So everybody knows the story by now. Damon Williams announces that he's entering into the portal while Sam Levitt is on his visit, sitting courtside with Lane. The visit with Sam and LSU and Lane and the officials there is going great for Sam. But then this Damon Williams announcement throws a wrench into everything. Sam is whisked away. LSU regroups to figure out what's going on with Damon Williams. Sam then goes to Tennessee. LSU pursues Damon Williams, but Damon Williams is locked into a contract that LSU doesn't want to commit $10 million into a single player in the portal. So what do? They do nothing. But Lane did it all. Friday night, Lane drops a now infamous photo of the Knoxville airport. Immediately following that picture, he drops a tiger emoji. Of course, speculation is starting to run rampant. No one wants to assume the improbable. There's no way Lane Kiffin got on a plane and cut off Sam Levitt as he's leaving Knoxville to go to Miami. There's no way that happened. No way he hijacked the Tennessee visit to stop Sam, correct his mistake, and then give him one final presentation and representation for the type of coach that he will be. No way he did that. But then he did. Sam will go on Saturday, will go on Friday or Saturday morning to go to Miami. Takes his visit to Miami on Saturday, and then Saturday night leaves to go back to Phoenix. Sunday rolls. It's quiet. But throughout Saturday and Sunday, LSU is in pursuit of another former 5-star quarterback, freshman out of USC. So the rest of the world is just assuming that Lane is shifting, and it's looking like Miami is the favorite to get Sam Levitt. Hassan Longstreet is on campus in Baton Rouge. He and his family are meeting with the staff and the coaches, loving their visit. They too are seen present at an LSU women's basketball game, not the men's that Sam had went to. They're at the women. The women who are in an electric game, playing the undefeated Texas Longhorns, 18-0. Hassan Longstreet gets to witness the women's basketball program dominate the Texas Longhorns. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Texas for coming and bringing the atmosphere. But shout out to Kim Mulkey and the Lady Tigers for holding it down and doing what they were supposed to do and bouncing back after a 2-loss skid in the SEC. Shout out to y'all. But Hassan gets to see this environment. And as a person who's been to several games in the PMAC, I'm led to believe that his imagination had to run wild. Like, if this place gets like this for the women's basketball team, what does that place across the parking lot, right there across the street, when there's 10 times the amount of people going full tilt for the guys on the field, what does that place get like? That's an impression to leave on that young man. But as they move forward in that visit, things settle down from what our friends who I follow, AYS Blake Ruffino, reported on his show tonight that they're still in Baton Rouge. They're not on campus because they can't be on campus right now because of the dead period. But they're still in Baton Rouge, enjoying things. But Monday morning rolls around. And it's so beautiful. Because Monday morning came. Well, actually, let's go back to Sunday night. And I want to talk about myself for a second. Because Sunday night, before I went to sleep, I posted something. And it was just food for thought. The Lord dropped this on my soul. And it's because you can't forget who our coach is. There's a reason we hired him. There is a reason we hired Lane Kiffin. There's a reason he was our first choice. So on Sunday night, I said, Tiger fans, as we go to sleep tonight, think about this for a moment. With Landon Clark already in, what if Chef Kiffin cooks up the improbable and lands both Longstreet and Levitt? How would we feel about that? For me personally, my stance has always been I don't care who we get at quarterback, let's roll. And on Sunday afternoon, actually, we got the commit from Landon Clark, a highly sought after FCS quarterback out of Elon. Kid had offers from Michigan, James Madison, LSU, obviously, and it was one other. And then I think Ole Miss came in right at the very end because Ole Miss. He ends up choosing the Tigers. And in an interview he did this afternoon on After Further Review of Matt Moscona, he said it's the way that the coaching staff and Lane Kiffin were just honest with him. They set the expectations from the gate. And he's not afraid of competition. He wouldn't be surprised if they got Longstreet as well as Levitt. He was expecting Sam Levitt to be in the quarterback room. So obviously, they're telling these guys this is the plan. And you, like myself, are wondering, well, why would we get both Longstreet and Levitt? It would make no sense whatsoever. Well, break it down for a minute. Sam Levitt's going to be out for spring. Longstreet wants a place where he can develop and play. LSU is presenting him with the perfect opportunity to, one, without any pressure, prove you can handle it. Your QB1 is out all spring. Can you come in, acclimate yourself to the system, to the coaching staff, to the school, to the team, and show that, yeah, look, I got a dog in this fight for this season? If not, guess what you can do? You can take all these first team reps, build up your confidence. When fall camp comes, you can then take what you've learned, apply it, get yourself better, and put yourself in a better position as the season plays out. And if something were to happen with Sam Levitt, you have the utmost confidence you need to move forward. And then once Sam decides he's going to move on, you are the heir apparent, already in house, ready to roll. Because at this point, there aren't too many starting P4 opportunities out there. They're just not. Being the number 2 and the heir apparent at LSU with Lane Kiffin as the coach holds a lot more weight than being a starter for Billy Napier at the University of Memphis. Like, all of these things have to be thought about. It has to be considered. So how would you feel about that if you land both? Now, mind you, the expectation of Sam Levitt was a little bit far out there at that point because of how much we botched it. And boy, we botched it. But Lane worked his ass off to put us back into a position to where he can have his guy. And then Monday morning rolls around. And I said, Lane had posted a tweet. And in that tweet, he posted, today's going to be a great day, Tiger fans. Exactly what you wanted to see, with a tiger emoji. And I knew within myself personally that I was getting too excited. So before I got all the way in, I tweeted out real quick, I know at Lane Kiffin said today will be a great day. But please understand who our coach is, with the crying laughing emoji. Don't set the expectations on the sky and be disappointed if we only make it to the second floor. Please just let the day play out. Meaning, the first thing everyone's gonna think about is we're getting a quarterback commit today. And if that didn't happen, and we got a couple of notable, like, key offensive linemen, a notable running back, a couple of players at positions of massive need, we don't want the fan expectation to tamper on the improvements that were addressed within the roster on that day. That's what I was trying to convey. But man, the tide turned. And then at around 10 a.m., oh no, I'm lying. Around 8 a.m., I was in the On3 message boards and I saw someone drop a flight tracker and it had the private jet that LSU typically uses when they're flying administration and what was being used throughout the coaching search situation. I saw that and I shared it and I said I'm not a flight tracking type of person, but someone in Ashay Dixon's message board dropped this a few minutes ago. A return takeoff at 10:42 a.m. This was a flight from Baton Rouge to Phoenix, Arizona. So look, you need to sign up with Shay. They're on fire. Do with the information what you will. Let's have a great day, Tiger Nation. I got viewed almost 10,000 times. And like I said, I'm not a flight tracking type of person. I dropped it and I moved on. And then a couple hours later, I'm at work. I'm sitting on my phone at my desk, and the notification popped up. Bing. Pete Thamel. Sources: Arizona State transfer quarterback Sam Levitt is expected to sign with LSU. This is why you fire Brian Kelly. This is why. Because over the last 4 seasons, when we had a top notch recruit and we felt we were losing the rope on them, we let it slip. We weren't able to pull ourselves back in. Lane Kiffin is showing you exactly why he wanted to be at LSU and why the brand of LSU can do some things together with him. This is why you fired Brian Kelly. Because now you got your swagger back. You got a coach who's going to represent the colors, who's going to represent the three letters on the shirt, on the visor. You got a coach who's going to go all in on the brand and then pair it with his brand. That is what you saw happen tonight. That is what you saw happen. Do I think Lane Kiffin would have been able to pull this off at any other school? So. It depends on the school. But him being at LSU gave him the leg up that he needed. And it's why he said it in his own press conference. This is what he was looking for. And don't think that he's stopping there because the staff is still all in on pulling in Longstreet as well. You just got your swag back. And in the midst of it all, you put every single team in the SEC on notice. They took notice today. They took notice of the resources. Oh, yeah, you can pay with the big boys. They took notice of the effort. Oh, Lane hopped on the plane to stop that. They took notice of the dog mentality. All of the narrative spinning about Lane doesn't like to recruit, he's lazy, the staff are the ones who handle everything, just got blown up in everyone's face. All of those people who were making those comments look like complete jackasses now. because it was Lane Kiffin himself who hopped up on that plane, flew out to Knoxville, ponied up some extra dollars to say, yeah, look, I know I messed up. And I'm going to sweeten the deal a little bit because I did that. But this is why I want you, Sam Levitt, to kick off this era in Baton Rouge. And don't get it twisted. Sam Levitt is the right quarterback right now. He got that dog in him. Baton Rouge is going to love Sam Levitt. Humble, smart, well-mannered, great athlete. But when the chin strap buckles up, he a whole dog out here in these people's streets. Don't get it twisted. You got your swagger back. And in the midst of it all, you snatched up a chain too. You snatched up Tennessee's chain because they were trying to make a last-ditch effort because Joey Aguilar's waiver got pushed back to after the portal closes. So they need a quarterback. And they were trying to go all in on Sam Levitt. But you walked in their trap and took over their trap. Snatched up their chain and then moved on. And now all the narratives that Ole Miss was trying to set out there, all the narratives that the boosters at Tennessee were going to step up and that LSU was going to run into some real money issues got shut up today. They got shut up today. You're a threat, a real threat. Everybody's taking notice of you. They know not to take you lightly. They already were afraid of it. Everybody knew all we needed was the right man in the seat. Now they know we got him. Now they know we have the person who should have been here from the start. He fits this. From the pettiness, from the boldness, from the intelligence, from the arrogance, from the willingness to win. He embodies the spirit of LSU. That's your football coach. And now you got that in your quarterback. Don't get it twisted. He ain't done yet. The last day for names to enter into the portal is January 16th. The last day for late registration for spring enrollees is around the 20th. We still got 2 more weeks to put more people in the locker. We had people on X and other social media accounts talking about they were putting Lane and LSU in a locker when the portal first opened because they were taking their time, setting their board, putting together visits, and y'all were putting LSU in a locker. People were calling Pete the Portal King because he got a couple of guys out the portal. But LSU's got the number 1 ranked portal class right now. Huh. I wonder who the true portal king is. Just some food for thought. But why Sam Levitt is so important is because he can do it all in this offense. To me, he is a better version of Trinidad Chambliss. Taller, leaner, a little bit quicker, stronger of an arm. Really polished dual threat quarterback. And like I said, He's got a dog. He is a dog. And then you got more portal additions that came on board tonight, or came on board today and yesterday. Winnie Watkins hopped into the portal yesterday, hopped on a plane from Oxford, landed in Baton Rouge, committed last night. You got a 6'5" receiver from Troy today. I forgot his name, but the kid is an athletic freak and a wild catch radius. You pair him on the outside with Trades Green, you are talking about matchup nightmares. With Sam Levitt throwing the ball. Oh my God. We are up. And I'm not sitting up here saying we're going to go undefeated and make it to the playoffs and win a national championship. But God damn it, we're a threat to everybody on the schedule. We are a threat. This is exciting. And not just because we got a quarterback. No, it's because we got the right quarterback with the right coach. And not just the coaching staff, but with the right coach. The offense went downhill after Mike Denbrock left. It's clear. Part of the reason why everybody got blown out. Brian Kelly didn't do a good enough job of evaluating and assessing his staff to build it out to complement one another. You had Mike Denbrock paired with Matt House. That was horrible. Then you lose Mike Denbrock, you blow out Matt House, you hire Blake Baker, and then you promote Joe Sloan and Cortez Hankton. It's why you don't have a job now. But you got the right coach now. An offensive mastermind pairing up with the resources behind the LSU, with the fan support, the community support, the excitement above all things in the state right now behind LSU is at a high. It's at a fever pitch. So it's having this man in the seat leading the ship, and then you go get your general in Sam Levitt. And then you bring back Caden Durham. What a great day this second Monday of 2026 was for LSU fans. What a fantastic day. Absolutely fantastic day. So now you got the quarterback. You got him. He's a dog. And I know originally it was people don't want to see LSU and Damon Williams paired. But let me tell you something. You see LSU with Sam Levitt, and that's just as scary. That's just as scary. Because he's an experienced quarterback. And we're going to dive more into that tomorrow. But I had to get on here tonight and celebrate this, even for a little bit. I know it's 11 o'clock at night. Shout out to the people on Twitter who are joining us, YouTube. Thank you very much. Please like the page. Follow us on YouTube. I'm saying us. Follow me on YouTube. Eventually, there will be a team involved. So hit the follow button so we can build this thing together. Subscribe on YouTube. Hang out with me and let's build this community together. But it's 11:06. I'm not gonna keep y'all any longer. I'm gonna chop these things up, put out some more content tomorrow, and then we will go live tomorrow evening to discuss the national championship, the NFL playoffs, and of course, whatever, to go down into detail of the portal additions that we got over the weekend. But Sam Levitt, y'all, we got him. We got our guy. Y'all have a good evening. Be the difference that you want to see in everyone else. Be nice. Smile. Hold the door for somebody. Go Tigers.